Hello dear students, welcome to the next lecture in Hermitian and skew Hermitian series. We have in the previous lecture done the example and definition of Hermitian matrix. Now for the skew Hermitian matrix, what is the definition? First of all, we revise the concept of Hermitian matrix. So matrix is Hermitian if A theta is A. What is theta? Theta combined two operations, transpose and conjugate. If we apply these two operations on a matrix, it becomes A theta. So now for the skew Hermitian matrix, if we apply A theta, means if we apply conjugate and transpose on a matrix and it become negative of itself, then that matrix is called skew Hermitian. First condition should be clear that for Hermitian and skew Hermitian matrix should be square. Square matrix can only be checked for Hermitian and skew Hermitian matrices. And another way of writing this for the elements, if A is written as Aij, where the order is m cross m, a square matrix, and if we apply the A theta on it, it means you take the conjugate of each element and transpose. I is converted to J because I stand for row and J stand for column. And if it become negative of itself, then we say that matrix is skew Hermitian matrix. So one example of this is, if we take A as 4 iota, 4 minus 3 iota, 6 plus 5 iota, minus 4 plus 3 iota, minus 4 minus 3 iota, here it is minus 0, 2 plus 7 iota, minus 6 plus 5 iota, minus 2 plus 7 iota, and minus 9 iota. You have to find A theta. So for A theta, we have to apply two operations, conjugate and transpose. First we apply conjugate. Conjugate means you have to convert iota to minus iota. If we have a complex number, only for complex number conjugate exists. The conjugate of a real number is same. If we apply conjugate on A, it will be A if A is real. Right? If it is a complex number, then we change the sign of iota in that. So here also we have to apply conjugate on each element because each element is complex number except 0. So it is minus 4 iota, 4 plus 3 iota, 6 minus 5 iota, then minus 4 plus 3 iota because it is minus here. The real part will remain same. Minus 4 will be minus 4, but the term containing iota will be of opposite sign when you take the conjugate. So in this way we write the conjugate of each elements. Now the transpose, that will give you the A theta value. Transpose means you have to write the columns in terms of rows and rows in terms of columns. So first is row no, we have to convert it into column. So 4 plus 3 iota, 6 minus 5 iota, minus 4 plus 3 iota, 0, 2 minus 7 iota, minus 6 minus 5 iota, minus 2 minus 7 iota, and 9 iota. Now you have to see whether it is equal to A or not. You can see the first element 4 iota minus 4 iota, they are of negative sign. Next element you can see this is also of negative, 4 minus 4, minus 3 iota plus 3 iota. And similarly all the element of A are negative of the element of A theta. So this is equal to minus A. So this is the definition and example of a skew Hermitian matrix. Now quickly we check for the diagonal elements. All diagonal elements of skew Hermitian matrix are either 0 or pure imaginary. As you can see here, these are the diagonal element. Either they are real and 0 or they are purely imaginary. So these are the condition we have to prove now. So what is for diagonal elements, what is the condition? I is equal to j, because we know that in a standard form of matrix the diagonal element are a1 1, a2 2, a3 3, a4 4. These type of elements are of diagonal line. So I is equal to j. This fix, both fix are equal for the diagonal elements. So I is equal to j. If we put it here for the condition of skew Hermitian matrix, which is aii is equal to minus aii conjugate. This is the condition for skew Hermitian matrix. So that should be true for the diagonal elements as well. Now we take both the element on one side. That will be equal to 0. What we get it here? The sum of a complex number and its conjugate is 0. When does it happen? We take one example. Let if we have one complex number x plus iota y and its conjugate x minus iota y and their sum is 0. This will give us 2x is equal to 0 means x is equal to 0. That means real part is 0. When the real part is 0, the number x plus iota y will be only iota y. That means it is pure imaginary number, right? If y is also 0, then the number will be 0. So from this we can derive that the number aii either it is 0 or purely imaginary, because of this case, if a number and its conjugate sum of both is 0, then y iota y cancel with iota y, you have 2x is equal to 0 means x is equal to 0. If x is 0, in this case the number will become iota y means purely imaginary. If y is also 0, then this number will be equal to 0. So only two possibilities are there. Diagonal elements of A are 0 or imaginary, right? Now we have some properties related to the conjugate sign theta. So what is first property that we have already done? A theta, theta will become A. Next is if we apply theta on sum of two matrices, it will become A theta plus B theta. And if we apply the operation of theta on the product of two matrices, it will become of reverse order, B theta into A theta. Similarly, if we apply theta on the product or you can say scalar multiple of A, so it will be conjugate of k into A theta, because theta consists of two operations, conjugate and transpose. If we the simple number scalar k can have the conjugate but does not have any transpose, because transpose only exists for rows and columns, but a scalar number is a simple number, so it is not possible to take the transpose of a number. So transpose exists only for the matrices. So these are the properties of this operation conjugate. Next is very important theorem, that is show that every square matrix can be expressed in one and only one way as a sum of Hermitian and skew Hermitian matrix. So in this case we take one matrix, let A, we have taken that matrix to be A. Now we have to express A as a sum of a Hermitian and skew Hermitian matrix. So clearly we can write it here. If you add A and A theta, and divide by 2. Similarly, if you subtract a and a theta and divide by 2, what you will get? If you do this, minus a theta will give you 0. A plus a will. Now the sum of these two terms is equal to a. What we have to prove is that these two matrices P and Q, name it as, let P be a plus a theta by 2 and Q be a minus a theta by 2. We write it as P and Q. So a is equal to what? A is sum of P and Q. We just have to prove that P and Q are Hermitian and skew Hermitian matrices. So first of all we will prove about P. So P is Hermitian if P theta is P. So we will check P theta. So P is a plus a theta upon 2. This is the value of P. We apply theta on it. So theta will go inside. 2 will not be affected by theta because 2 is a real number. Neither conjugate nor transpose affected. It will be 2. So theta will go inside the matrices. So it will be 1 by 2 a theta plus a, because twice when we apply twice theta it is a. So what we get? A plus a theta by 2, which is nothing but P. So P theta is P. That means P is Hermitian. Now about Q, that is to Q here. Q theta, if we apply theta on Q, Q was a minus a theta upon 2. This was the value of Q. If we apply theta on it to check whether it is Hermitian or skew Hermitian. Whenever we have to check any matrix to be Hermitian or skew Hermitian, we just have to apply theta on it and check whether it is equal to the original matrix or negative of it. So in the same way, theta will go inside the bracket and we get 1 by 2 a theta minus a. So after taking minus sign common, it will be a minus a theta by 2, which is the value of Q. So this is minus common, it is Q. So what we get? Q theta is equal to minus Q, means Q is skew Hermitian, which is the definition of skew Hermitian matrix. So what we have proved? We have proved A can be expressed as sum of two matrices. One is Hermitian and other is skew Hermitian. Now the next question in the same theorem, that there is only one way, only one way of expressing this. That means one matrix can be expressed only one way. That means this expression is unique. So to prove this, let it possible, we write it for uniqueness. Let A is equal to sum of two matrices, some other matrix R plus S, where R is Hermitian. We consider another way of expressing A as sum of Hermitian and skew Hermitian. Right? Now apply theta on both sides. R theta plus S theta, that is the property of theta. And what is R theta? R theta is R because R is Hermitian. Hermitian means R theta is R. And S is skew Hermitian, means S theta is minus S. So we put it here, R minus S. S theta is minus S, R theta is R. R is Hermitian, S is skew Hermitian as we have taken. Now we get two equations. A is equal to R plus S and A theta is equal to R minus S. If we add these two, what we get? A plus A theta is equal to, adding these two will get 2R. That means if we find R, it will be A plus A theta upon 2, which is nothing but the value of P that we have taken earlier. Now again, if we subtract these, Subtracting these two equations will give us a minus a theta. If we subtract this, on the other hand we subtract, r will cancel, s plus s will be 2s. So what will be s? S will be a minus a theta upon 2, which is nothing but the value of q. That means if we express a as sum of two another matrices, these are nothing but equal to p plus q. So therefore A can be uniquely expressed as sum of Hermitian and skew Hermitian matrices.